This is funny. I'm trying to record this and I can't get the message quite coming out of my mouth. So we're going to try again. I'm here because there was an article that was shared with me today. And that article was about the sun being dimmed and having experiments to dim the sunlight in the under the title of global warming. And something about that just didn't sit right with me when I read it. And so I just went, I don't think that's possible. I don't think it's possible that humans have the ability to control the sun in that way. And so I opened up the channel to the Galactic Federation and I asked the Galactic Federation to provide some guidance on what I was reading. And it is true. Humans do not have the ability to control the universe the way that we think we do. So even if we are trying to control the sun, there's going to be measures put in place that say that we will not be successful for that. It will get blocked or it will not be successful. Why? Well, because Earth is a sentient being and has contracts, and humanity has contracts. And those contracts say that it is time for ascension and it is time for sovereignty. And so any other agendas that are trying to thwart that under whatever ruse that might be the title is going to have a hard time actually implementing. So I decided that after the conversation with the Galactic Federation, what I received in that communication was, no, humans do not have the ability to mess with the sun the way that we think we do. That actually would change things on our planet significantly. If you think about not having sunlight, then you would not be receiving the sun that actually nourishes the mind, the body, and the soul. You would not have the food available in the way that we currently have food available, because it would be like trying to grow food in shade. There would be more depression because people are affected by not having the sunlight. So there would be a downstream effect, and it would take a long time, and it would really actually alter the course of evolution and delay the ascension. So I really am feeling pretty confident that any attempt to control the amount of sunlight that's coming onto the planet is not going to actually be successful, because that would take a whole entire world to agree. You might be able to do it in a small pocket. We do have chemtrails. We do have things that are going on in the atmosphere that are trying to control more than what we are aware of as a society. I think all of that is going to start being disclosed here. I'm praying that we're going to get disclosure on what has been happening behind the scenes to us. And at this point in time, I'm feeling like pretty hopeful and confident because of how many light workers there are on planet. So if you feel like things are super chaotic and rocky, they are, because we are going through this ascension portal, this period of Earth ascending and humanity ascending. There are other factions that don't get to keep playing the games that they've been playing, and so those are no longer valid, and what we're seeing is the dismantlement of that system that was created. So what does Amber do when I hear of things like this? Because I think it's important to know, how do we show up to support our own role? And so I'm not only am I a light worker, but I specifically do gatekeeping work, crystal grid work, and so I got to work, and I ended up laying out this grid that's right here next to me. I'm sitting next to it. The theme is really about sovereignty, and having the revolution within. So we are in the midst of, people would like to say that there's gonna be a World War III, but there's other people who say we're already in an energetic or frequency war right now. And I don't really like using that term. I don't throw around that term very lightly. But what I will say is, how about that? And one more for good measure. 3, good luck. That we are in a spiritual revolution, and that spiritual revolution is about regaining sovereignty and taking back our power and being able to be at choice with the things that affect us, that affect our environment, that affect our bodies, that affect our mind, that affect our health, that we are sovereign beings and that we are allowed to make those free will choices for the highest good of all. So this grid that I laid out, it speaks to that. It speaks to ending some of these agendas. It speaks to having that revolution inside. It speaks to sovereignty specifically. It brings together different parts of the world where I've been. It brings together divine masculine and divine feminine representation. It brings together angelic realms. It also calls in the sun. The sun has been sending out all these solar flares. The Schumann resonance has been going off the charts. We've had this incredible amount of light that's been flooding planet Earth, and that's for a reason. That is truly for a reason. So if you're feeling all of those energetics swirling about, yes, absolutely, this is verification, validation that all kinds of things are happening. And it's a time for us as humans to go inward, to take time to feel into our hearts and to connect with our soul through via our heart, because our mind is not it. That's not the connection point. Our heart is the connection point. And as we continue to drop into our hearts, then we're going to start to feel things, and we're going to feel our bodies, we're going to feel the truth, we're going to feel what's off, we're going to have discernment. There's going to be a lot coming at us that's false narrative and mixed in with truth or half-truths. And so it's our responsibility as an individual walking on this planet to take the time to discern what feels aligned in our body. And, you know, you're going to realize what feels aligned because it's going to be expansive. It's going to be loving. It's going to be accepting. It's not going to give you like, you know, kind of things like feeling squashed or compressed or held down. This is a breaking free. We are breaking free from some very, very, very old programs, very old paradigms, very old belief systems that have been on planet Earth. She's purging them, and as humanity, we are purging them. So it is a time of it's a revolution. It's an energetic revolution. One of my other videos has talked about that we're in a spiritual revolution. Yeah, so here we are. And don't think that you don't have the power to stand up against it, because when you drop into your heart and when you operate from that love frequency in your heart, you are holding that frequency, you're holding that grid, you are the light warrior in and of itself. You don't have to do anything, you just walk your path, walk what's in alignment with your path, follow your heart, follow your dreams. That's what we're here to do. So on that note, I am going to end this, and I'm going to just say thank you for being here. Thank you for the work that you're doing. Thank you for holding and maintaining the grid. Thank you for volunteering. The book, The 3 Waves of Volunteers, was very prominent in my mind this morning. So thank you for being a volunteer and coming here to assist planet Earth at this time. You are absolutely 100% doing an amazing job. Thank you.